Hello, healthcare, goodbye, global warming taxes? Republican senators saying the bitter healthcare fight is going to make it harder to pass the Democrats' climate change bill full of cap-and-trade taxes. Matt, you think that's good for the economy?
I think it's actually really good for the economy because for once we can stop spending. This health care bill is the only good thing that I can see that came out of this at this point. We're spending trillions on that. Now we're not going to spend on the cap-and-trade because if that gets passed, Charles, that means higher taxes. That means more struggles for our manufacturing, which is always struggling in this country versus some foreign competitors. So the fact that we're probably going to be at a standstill in this Congress and Senate right now into next year on cap-and-trade is great for the economy.
Ben, you agree with that? If we get rid of cap-and-trade or we just avoid the whole thing altogether, it'd be good for the economy?
Well, we should get rid of cap-and-trade. It is a solution in search of a problem. It's quite clear now that the whole idea that cap-and-trade was going to change the climate is just nonsense. The calculations are they would change, if they put in the strictest possible version of cap-and-trade, it will cost the economy trillions, and it will change the global temperatures by something like 1,000th of 1 degree. So this is just a way to pay off the green people in the Democratic Party, to pay off the people in the Gore camp and in the Obama camp who work on the cap-and-trade exchanges. It never seems to be mentioned that a close friend of President Obama's is going to run the cap-and-trade exchange and become a billionaire.
Adam, what do you think about that?
Well, most reasonable people I talk to don't like this legislation. Interestingly, it's not the Greens who actually like it the most. It's the polluters who like it the most because the way the legislation is crafted right now, they're going to get a big gimme at the front end of this. So I wouldn't be so quick to predict, by the way, that this thing is going to fail. It's an imperfect piece of legislation, just like the health care bill, that may also pass for some of the reasons I was talking about.
You know, Joe, this cap-and-trade thing, though, I don't know if there's any public support for it at all.
No, absolutely not. The problem here is that the House of Representatives, in the depths of a recession, went ahead and forged a bill anyway. It's not going to go away. They have this majority, and as long as they have it, they're going to try to wield it. The problem is if they don't go cap and trade, they'll go carbon tax. If they don't go carbon tax, the EPA will usurp the Congress and put in laws and regulations that harm the polluting industries that they deem are polluting. And so we will have this burden until we have a clean sweep of Congress and a change in direction. And so far, attitudinally, I
thought you were going to say until we have a clean environment.
Hey, what do you think about this? Do we need this cap-and-trade, and do you think it's going to go through?
Well, there's no question it's going to be a lot more difficult to pass through all of the things on the agenda after the health care fight. But cap-and-trade, and specifically, you've got some different opposing forces that are actually united against this, which makes it even more difficult. You've got senators from coal-producing states that are Democrats, along with every single Republican who's going to fight this. So I think it's going to be hard. I think it's also going to be hard because we've got other things to deal with, like financial reform.
What about jobs?
You know what? Actually, no. I think that the cap-and-trade bill. I mean,
yeah, you know,
there is the possibility of job innovation from the bill. I mean,
and losing jobs in the coal industry. So you're going to create jobs, lose jobs. But our government needs to really take a step back, and they need to look at consumers. Consumers now in the United States are spending money that they have. We do not have any more money in the government. We cannot keep passing more bills that cost us more money.
All righty, guys. Well, I don't think we need to add to that. I agree. Okay, now forget about all those